Okay, I've been asked about my favorite tarot decks and oracle decks, etc., etc. Um, and I have to say, I don't have a specific favorite at the time. I think it's kind of whatever I'm working with at the moment. So now really I don't have ones that are, you keep hoping that you come across one that's just, really just moves you. But, things change as you go along. Like I said, some decks that I've gotten, at first I opened it up and they didn't do a thing for me, such as this deck. And then I just picked it out again the other day and am enjoying it because it is very different from the Rider-Waite. Now, if I had to pick a Rider-Waite deck, it would probably be this one. That's one that I really enjoy. So yeah, this. Other ones that I've been having fun with is like the brownie one. The brownies are pretty fun. They're a little, this is a little quirky, and I think it just adds a little something to the readings. Yeah, so I really do like this deck, the little brownies. They're interesting to add to it. And then this deck also I like quite a bit that adds a little something to it. So, I use the oracle decks and the tarot decks in conjunction with each other. That just seems to work for me. Everybody's different in how they do their readings or what moves them. I'm also liking this deck quite a bit. This is one I saw through Diane's Tarot. She uses this one a lot, this Angel Tarot. And I'm enjoying this one at the moment as well. So again, I don't really have a big favorite. I've got so many decks, and I'll use some for a while, and then I'll want to change them up a little bit, so I'll go into my stash of decks. Yeah. So it's a personal preference. You may have something that really moves you, and I think you have to go on your own thing, your own experiences, what speaks to you. Okay. I do have, like I said, new decks coming in all the time. Some of the new ones that I got that I like are I like this one, what do they call this? The one that has to do more with energies and things, earth energies and stuff. And then I do like this other deck that I got. This deck, I like this deck quite a bit. Trying to see what was the name of this. I like the illustrations on this one quite a bit as well. So I might start using this one more as well, because the illustrations on this are quite nice. Yeah, broken dreams. This is different. It's got a different feel to it. So I do like that. I like to get things, where you have a lot of different things that you normally don't get in a deck. Like this one, Radical Curiosity. So I like that, and I like the colors of that. Journey. I like ones that play well with each other. So I'll do that a lot too. I'll go in with my decks and just see how they fit together. Healing. This one is interesting too because it's very, very simple, the illustrations, but they're nice. Okay, I like the illustrations on this quite well. Okay, so yeah, you just have to go through personal preference, get a feeling for them. What I dislike is when you go to look up decks on Amazon, a lot of times it just has the name of the deck and it's got one card or two cards showing. So sometimes I'll like to go through and I like to go through to the YouTube and put in the name of the deck and see a flip through. Even though it's one that's maybe not been released yet, you can still find them sometimes online that they've been released in Europe first or something. So yeah. I have found that I'm using a lot more oracle decks in with my readings, simply because they bring a lot of different things to the table that you don't get in the tarot. So I do like to use the combination of usually the tarot and the oracle. Sometimes I'll do the reading with just simply the oracle. Now I have to say that some of the ones I like you don't find through Amazon. You'll find them through Etsy, such as this deck. That it's a privately made deck. It's not a mass market. That and my little rabbit one. This one I enjoy working with a lot as well. And these are not mass market decks. So you kind of, these don't stick around forever. The mass market decks, usually you can find them pretty easily through Amazon or, you can usually find one. But the ones that are not mass market, they're more difficult. And sometimes when you order them, you have to wait quite a time for them to come. They'll sometimes 6 weeks out, a month, 2 months, waiting for a deck to arrive because they don't have them on hand. They'll send them out to be printed when that's ordered. So you got to wait for to be printed and then for them to get it back and then to ship them to you. Yeah. So, again, and it goes by the energy of the moment for me a lot too. Like I said, the decks will cycle in and cycle out. I may use them for a while and then you get a little tired of that combination, and so you go and put something else together. Like I said, I've got a lot of decks in there. It would be nice to find one deck that really, really speaks to you, that like Violetta has that one deck. Now the deck she uses, I have that deck as well, and I do really like it a lot. There are some people that they have one deck and that's it, and that's great. If you could find, one deck that really moves you, And you like to do that type of reading style. Like a lot of people have one reading style that they do. But like I said, mine kind of comes and goes. I may do my own type of a reading style. Something new will come in, and I'll try it out for a while. And, you know, some people may like it, some may not. But anyway, that's the way it works here. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a definitive that this is my one go-to deck. Yeah. I have a tendency to like, though, the Rider-Waite overall for tarot. I do like the Rider-Waite decks because the symbology is pretty more straightforward, especially if you're learning tarot. Yeah, if you're learning tarot, some decks that you get, they don't have a lot to go with, or they are, like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's quirky, it's fun, but you've got to know the meaning of the cards if you're going to use that deck to read with, and if you know what they are, then you should be okay with it. But if you're learning tarot and you don't have all of those kind of memorized, then the quirky decks like that, they may be fun to collect just for the artwork. So, I have some decks that I've collected more. They're more for the artwork than actually using them, like the Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, I don't know if I will ever use that one for reading. Yeah, or if it's one I will keep. Now, there's one that I got that I really liked. I looked at it online. It's different, but to read with it, it just doesn't, at this present time, it just doesn't move you when you actually lay it out. And sometimes you may see something online that looks good, and you're thinking, oh, that's great. You see one or two of the cards and you think it's really good. And then you get it and it just falls flat. It doesn't do anything for you, okay? And like I said, that was the way it was with this deck when I first got it. But now I enjoy it because it's a tarot deck and it does have very different images compared to the Rider-Waite. And so now it's a deck that I do really like to incorporate in my readings. Like here is the Temperance card in this deck. Very different than what you usually get for Temperance, which is, standing there with 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. I was looking to see if I see a Temperance in here real quick, but I'm not seeing it. So, if you read a deck more on what the pictures are doing, you key in that way more than you do for the... Here it is. Here's a Temperance. Okay, let me show you the difference here. The difference in feeling. This is a Temperance in the Rider-Waite, the traditional Temperance, and here we have Temperance here. So you can see just how different the symbology is between the two. Totally different feel. And that's why when at first, I didn't connect with this deck at all. But now that I'm, pulled it out again and started using it, I do like it because it does present a different feeling with things, okay? So usually when I'm using this, I will use this and the Rider-Waite, some sort of a Rider-Waite in conjunction, just to get a little different feeling as I'm doing the reading. But that's just me, okay? Everybody's different. You know, I watch other people and I love their reading styles. You know, Diane Tarot does her things. I love her reading style. You know, of course, Johnny and Lena Rodriguez. Haven't seen her around. I hope everything's fine with her. Haven't seen her for a little while. The other lady from Australia, what is it? Revealing Light. I like to watch her things all the time. You know, so many of them. Lynn, I always watch her things. So, yeah, you have readers that you just really enjoy their reading style. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully I didn't confuse you more, but really, if you're going to, you know, do reading and things, you just have to find what moves you. And as you go, you might find that things shift. You know, things shift here all the time when it comes to reading and what's moving and what's not. And then you might have some you use for a while and put them away. And then later, you're going through cards and something will jump out at you. And where it, like I said, didn't move you before, all of a sudden it takes on new meaning. And it just seems to click for the energy of that time. Okay? Yeah, I just had something pop up. I would love to find a Age of Aquarius tarot. You know, I would love to find something like that, something new coming in Age of Aquarius tarot. I just was going through Amazon today looking, you know. My daughter asked me, please send me a, you know, send me a list of the things that you might like so I know what to pick from. I'm so bad at making lists. But I did make a little list and sent it to her, and, you know, for Amazon things to make it a little easier. It's so hard to buy for people sometimes. And Amazon makes it so easy. She sent me a list for her, and Walter sent me his list, and so that was really simple. Are you going to send me a list too, Mr. Max? He says, oh, you know what I want. He says, you know what I want. He says, I just want my treasures. He says, I like my treasures. He says, and I like new clothing. I like that. He does. He likes getting new clothing. So, yeah, Mr. Max. He says, you know what I like, Mommy. You know what I like. And just more loving. That's it. More loving. He'd be happy if you just pet him all day, every day. So, yeah, he's a funny boy. So anyway, yeah, that's all I can say about what are my favorite cards. I may go through again today, through some of the ones that I haven't used for a while. Now, one's been coming to mind that I might pull out again. What was it called? Anna K or something? I don't know why they're springing forward at the moment, but I might go look through those again because it just is popping in. And sometimes it's like that. You're going along and then all of a sudden something just pops in and it pops in and it keeps popping in and you're going, well, why is that popping in? Okay, well, maybe it's time to drag them out, that they have some symbology that would work well for something that's coming up. Sometimes it's like that as well. You know, you never know. Spirit works like that too. It just kind of impresses something. And so, yeah, you go with that. You were so funny, Mr. Max. So anyway, I think Mr. Max is kind of letting me know, you know, it's are we going today? Are we going to go ride the car today? Are we going out? You know, it's getting time. It's getting time to go out for our walk. He lets me know it's time to go for our walk. So yeah, Mr. Max is starting to give me the word. What are you doing? His little legs are just like this over here. Have you got a tick? Have you got a tick going now? Like all this. Or are you just excited? So anyway, I'm going to go because I need to take care of Mr. Max pretty soon. You know, I don't get out of doing my walk. Every day I'd have to take him out and he does his walk, and he likes his time out there for a few minutes every day. So I need to get off of here and get ready to take him out because, yeah, he's letting me know it's time. Yeah. What, are you going to go to sleep? So I'm going to leave this here. Love and light to everyone. Don't forget to mask up. Stay safe. I'll see you online.